6 p.m. Chipotle? And she's like, yeah, it's good.
Time in, 0-0.
Yeah, get out.
Point.
Wow. Tyson said, yeah, get out of here. I was just going to mention, too, even before that shot, that I watched Jorja play in the PPA Sacramento, and I was just blown away by how well she was playing. And she was basically countering and speeding up as well as any of the men players that I had seen. Just amazing success. And it makes sense because, of course, she was drilling with JW all the time, and you know they're doing those fast hands drills, and her hands are just unbelievably good.
1-0-2. Point.
And same thing again, Parris hit a ball that very few other people would have been able to attack, and JW just shifted over and smacked it. And Tyson says, hey, you know what, my hands are pretty good too. And she hit a nice ball too at his right shoulder, and he just shifted over real quick and got his backhand on that, or was it his forehand?
0-2-1. Point.
Uncharacteristic miss from JW there. I think that ball dipped a little bit just as he was about to hit it.
1-2-1.
There's a little bit of a breeze swirling here.
Sorry.
Point.
And Tyson says sorry about 4 times there, which is 4 times more than he meant it.
2-2-1.
Good communication there from Tyson. As that ball goes wide, he tells Parris to wrap it, and then knowing that she was going to hit that ATP, moves over into the middle and then takes the next ball down for the winner.
Second serve.
And if you can't hear it on the feed, the players are often communicating with each other on their third shots, letting their partner know whether it's good or whether it's high. So a lot of times you'll hear them say high, and of course they know right away. And so it allows their partner not to move in on the third. Whereas oftentimes if there's a really good third, they should move in and put pressure
2-3-1.
on the person hitting their 4th shot.
I'll recall.
Jorja wiping some of Tyson's sweat off the ball onto her skirt.
Second serve.
And that ball goes out of the arena. Souvenir for somebody sitting in the center field bleachers.
And that's twice that George has tried to speed up Tyson. Both times he's been on it and countered it well. See if she continues in that, try to collect that data.
Well, the problem there was that she sped it up and she was in mid-court, maybe at least 6 feet behind the kitchen line, right? And that's not going to do anything against Tyson. You're lucky if you get a speed up going against him when you've got a high ball and he's at the kitchen. So really bad luck so far. There's at least 3 points that they've lost based on net balls. 1 they got, but it turned out to give Parris an ATP.
Second serve.
And Tyson asking the refs, crowd members,
Not enough to overturn.
his wife Megan, hey, did anybody see that out so that I can call it out?
Second serve. 4-2-2.
There we go, beautiful angle. All the smart pros are looking for angles. They know if they hit it towards the baseline that 9 out of 10 pros are going to get it back, but if you put it into the crowd,
Second serve.
just barely missing a nice little top spin roll, third shot there. And Jorja and JW communicating a little bit on some strategy.
You know, Glenn, one thing that I'm seeing in Jorja, you know, Parris really likes to hit a roll dink on her forehand, and Jorja mostly hitting kind of a cut dink back at her, really counteracting that spin, trying to see if she can get Parris to kind of leave one up with that top spin.
Almost. Yeah, understanding spin is an elite level thing in pickleball, which I'm finally starting to understand because there's been a lot of conversation lately. If you hit a slice to somebody, that helps their top spin due to the rotation on the ball.
Second serve.
Yeah. See, every once in a while, Tyson misses a shot, just like we do.
4-3-2. Side out.
Found that inside foot. So we saw that in the match yesterday, that inside foot on Parris, as it can be an uncomfortable place to dink from. We'll see if Jorja's been finding that spot.
I think, though, still is not the first one that Parris has actually missed. I think she's been really consistent so far.
That hit Tyson's foot on the way down. Tyson looking to see if that was going to be out of bounds, try to move out of the way, and the ball just fell down directly on top of his shoe.
I hate it when that happens. Yeah, that was crazy, and there was some wind swirling there too, and all of a sudden at the last minute, I think he realized he was in trouble. Ooh, and that ball was going to go out, but Tyson had no choice but to try and hit it because he was straddling the sideline, and it was coming right for him.
5-4-1. Point.
And JW finding a smart location there.
Yeah, another ball that Parris has left just a little bit high on that outside, from that outside dink.
Time in. 6-4-1. Point.
Now, there's a good question, Adam. How many players are allowed to hit the ball at one time there?
Well, in that case, it's hard to tell who hit it first. I think one hit a ball and one hit a paddle.
Point.
So fun to watch good players make such incredible shots, or excuse me, difficult shots, I should say, look so easy, as JW and Jorja both did in that last point.
Second serve.
Parris caught JW on that one. Really strong two-handed counter that almost all women pros have.
Nice job by Jorja there. So they got him separated, did a nice job between Jorja and JW to work that point to create a gap between Parris and Tyson. Jorja saw it, put it in the middle,
9-4-2.
and then had the next ball up that could be put away.
Point.
Beautiful.
A phenomenal lob there by JW. Comes over and takes that ball out of the air.
Down the line, he can go cross court, he can go middle. He could potentially hit a lob down the line.
Point. Game.
And that's not a great way to end it. Both sitting on Tyson and Parris's bench and giving them advice between games.
Point.
All good. Right back, Tyson. Here we go.
The best start, but that'll probably be the one unforced error for Tyson in this game.
Side out.
And by the way, that's Yates Johnson and Hunter Johnson. Can you tell them apart, Adam?
I cannot.
0-1-1.
It's very confusing.
That time, Tyson takes the ball to Jorja's outside foot and then waits inside to be able to flip it back.
Ooh.
Second serve.
And Jorja had to kind of get away out of the way of Tyson's defense of the ATP, so Parris just got too much outside action on that ball and it went wide for the ATP.
Side out.
Tyson's resets are so good. Watch him if you want to see how to reset balls. He's similar in ability and skill to Colin Johns and how he can take a tough attack and just drop it right back into the kitchen. Parris did something you'll see all the great pros do. She slides over towards the sideline and has her two-hander ready to counter any attack. Just long, yes.
Yeah, good lead by Jorja there. Seen that ball with a lot of pace roll the net, but she didn't miss it by much.
And they did the half stack on that last point where Parris stayed on the left-hand side because she doesn't feel comfortable getting all the way over to her spot after hitting a deep return.
One, two, one.
It's actually a three-quarter stack, I guess.
Again, the ball left up a little bit. Jorja takes advantage of it, turns that into a combo, one inside, and then pulls that two-hander down the line behind Tyson.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I thought Parris did a nice cover at the middle there, but not enough to be able to save the point.
Point.
And you won't see that too often.
2-2-2. Side out.
It's a beautiful get by Parris in the first one, and she had the second one, but hit it all the way into the pickleball central fence in the back.
Second serve.
Tyson jumps the corner to try to take a little time away and just overcooks a little bit with the movement there. Jorja lets that go.
Down to point. Get it out ball. Point. Referee timeout.
And refs will always tell you, they tell you two things, and one of them is make your calls loud. And ball travels all the way off Jorja's paddle into the referee tent in the back. And another little referee timeout. Yeah, so the refs will get confused. Sometimes if you don't make the out call, they don't know whether it's in or not on a close ball, and that's what happened there. They weren't sure.
I think that the confusion is that he called 3-2-2 before.
Oh.
When they were actually on the 1, but all 4 players know that it was a 1, and so now 3-2-2.
Got it. And that had nothing to do with the call. And so Tyson and Parris are right in this, even though I feel like they've had a bit of a rough start to the second game.
2-3-1.
Yeah, nice ball by Parris. They're able to drop the ball in, and then Tyson closes quickly, gets in their ball up a little bit, gets a little backhand punch, and targets the paddle side shoulder of Jorja there. Nice awkward spot.
Yeah, rare ball that was too high from JW. Ooh, she got her paddle.
Second serve.
I was going to comment earlier, too. It's kind of funny. I saw Parris go for a possible Ernie when JW is on that side, and JW never hits a ball down the line, so there's no reason to go there.
I mean, great hands by Jorja in the beginning of that to keep them in the point on a ball that was down low, a nice reset. And then Parris, generally ill-advised to take a below the net speed up at JW.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think you got to try that every once in a while, but not on that ball. Wow. And Tyson was sitting completely forehand there, had his paddle pointing up towards the sky and got caught right in the chest. And that's the problem. If you go forehand, it's the only shot you can hit. Wow.
It's the third time that she's put the ball outside and her making so much pressure on that diagonal dink.
Good point.
Parris wins that dink exchange again. The top spin from Parris and the cuts from Jorja. Parris able to come out on top of that one.
5-3-2.
Ooh, and that goes long. By the way, I talked to Jorja before the game, and she wanted me to give a shout out to her mom, Julie Johnson, who's their coach. She is not here today on the bench. Somehow they're surviving without her. And she's also sponsored by Franklin and Chicken and Pickle. Great pickleball locations in many locations. Wow, point of the match so far, and I believe Jorja had that and just hit the ball a little short.
5-5-1. Point.
Did that hit the line?
It's get it right off the line.
Another ball that I would have called out.
And Tyson asking how many. A lot of balls on that baseline.
Side out.
Ouch. And Tyson doing something that not enough mixed partners do. He said, all good. She missed that shot. Of course, I'm sure he was frustrated. He didn't say that. He said, all good, which is what you need to do.
Tyson apologizing to Parris. They're saying that's stupid. It's not a good pull to try to put that in there against JW.
No, it's almost never going to work. And again, he's giving her a paddle tap there. A couple unforced errors from her.
7-5-1.
All right, they just got to keep giving Jorja APB opportunities, and hopefully she'll keep missing them.
Yeah, but that topspin dink and puts it wide and makes you believe that's there.
That was beautiful. They needed that little shot in the arm there. And just to pick up on the partner stuff earlier, always support your partner. They know they made a mistake if they missed a ball, right? So, hey, that's exactly the time that you need a paddle tap right there, which says to them, hey, it's okay. We'll get the next one. It's all good. I'm not mad at you.
5-7-1.
Clearly it did. That was a beauty right there. That had to have landed right in the corner.
Parris, nice shape on that ATP to get that back corner. Really grinding through the points now, finding a way in each one to win the point there. Great run here from Tyson and from Parris.
It is, although we both know Parris got away with one there. Almost. She again attacked JW down the line on that last point, and he was right on it, but she made a great counter off of his counter.
7-7-2.
Jorja, great look.
Tyson had already said, yeah, he knew that was open. He knew he was beat. Jorja just went for just a little bit too much and left it wide of the court. They'll take it, though.
Side out.
Disappointing missed third to end a good rally, but made a lot of ground, took the lead back over, see if they can get a side out here and then continue.
Great run for sure.
Go. Point.
Again, JW just finding that same pattern. Jorja dinking into Parris, waiting, patient until there's one that's up, and then JW able to reach in. Jorja did a really nice job there to counter that rather than just resetting. She got a little bit of pace behind that backhand, was able to put it back into Tyson before he was ready, and then get him to leave one in the net. Players not biased.
Very interesting. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, Tyson makes that move, and when he does, Parris needs to pinch quite a bit to the middle there to try to help cover that space.
Yeah, even so, I mean, it's JW coming over and covering middle on his side. But makes the difference right there. And that's so key in pickleball. Cover that middle, squeeze that middle. If you do those two things, then you're a 5-0. And JW normally makes that recovery there 10 out of 9 times, but he did not this time. So 8-10-2. They would love to tie this up with a couple points here. And I thought Tyson hit a really good third there, but JW still managed to attack it. So match point. And I don't think Jorja's missed too many thirds today, but she did miss that one. So one more stop for Tyson and Parris here. Jorja's sitting there going, oh, my third one that I missed, what's going on? So there's life here for Parris Todd and Tyson McGuffin. They need to tie this up to stay in this. 8-10 on the one. And Jorja made several good saves there and just missed on the last one. Again, one you'd expect her to make and that she would normally make. And again, the ref's confused on the call there. JW is so good at attacking, just amazing the percentage that when he attacks where they win the point. And so, unfortunately, either Parris or Tyson was called for a foot vault there, for a point that they would have won and would have been huge for them otherwise. And again, there's no challenges or replays on grandstand. And similar thing there, Tyson went for the Ernie and JW came over to the middle to cover it, and that's all she